Battlefield 4 is a game that launched in the year of our Lord 2013 and is considered by many as the best Battlefield ever made. They are just wrong, there is a clear and superior one, but I am not here to talk about how good this game is. In fact, I am here to play a mode that was intentionally forgotten by the player base, a mode that was created to rival the unknown franchise named Call of Duty, a mode that is the fucking campaign. What am I trying to hide here? In this video, I will show you why did the Battlefield community simply decided to forget that this thing even existed in the first place, and why that was probably a good idea. We start the campaign with no ammo and actively being pursued by the Russians, living the true Ukraine experience. The game takes place in 2020, but instead of the threat being a disease, it's something that is more cool and awesome: war. That's why you and your squad are here to retrieve a valuable intel or something. Who is your squad? We got Peck, the Asian dude, Dunn, the Sigma male, and Irish, the black man. After taking out the Russian soldiers, you and your squad are ready to go to the extraction point. In this moment, you get the magical ability to mark the enemy so your teammates can shoot at them. I didn't say they're gonna hit the enemies. After exploding a wall and doing the unspeakable act of touching grass, we are finally able to leave this place. But before that, Dunn gives us a binocular that we can use to spot the enemies from a distance. It's just like my favorite Japanese video game, Metal Gear Solid 5. Our rescue chopper arrives, but it doesn't want to extract us at this location. Why? I don't know. So you make a run to the actual extraction point, leaving a trail of dead Russian soldiers on your way there. Aren't these guys supposed to be special forces? You use an elevator to get to the top of the factory, but big surprise, a helicopter appears out of nowhere and starts shooting at you. So you sprint to the top, desperately trying to escape this place, but as soon as you reach the top, the enemy helicopter swings by and shoots at you, and then the entire factory starts to collapse as you slide through the debris. Eventually you hold on to the edge of the factory, moments before falling into your death. You wake up and everything's fine. Well, for you at least. Dunn got his legs stuck, so you amputate his legs like it's fucking Fruit Ninja. Then you get into a car and starts driving it. Along the way, the chopper appears again and starts firing at you. At some point you get hit by the rockets, so you shoot down the chopper with a grenade launcher and goes for a swim. You are now sinking to the bottom of the ocean. To make things worse, Dunn is stuck in one of the sea. But don't worry, he has a plan.
Wrecker, take my gun. The fuck you thinking, Dunn? The fuck you thinking? For the wolf to survive, it's gotta chew.
Okay, bye. Welcome everyone to my favorite democratic country, China. To give you some context, Winnie the Pooh fucking dies and an election is held to see who is going to be the next president. A progressive guy won the election, so some guy does a little trolling and declares martial law, and the resemble to real life events is a mere coincidence. But this time, the martial law was actually successful, and the guy who won the election, yeah, he's going to die. So we are here to make sure that doesn't happen. After passing the extremely aware guards, we make our way into the building, and after properly arming ourselves, we make our way into the top floor. Upon getting there, you realize that it's filled with Chinese soldiers. That sucks for them. You eliminate all the soldiers in the area. Now you have to wait for Pac to open the door, because apparently we don't have explosives. After a hard-fought battle, you make your way to the objective. Strolling through the halls, you begin to hear voices in the distance. What the fuck? You watch two guys getting obliterated by an explosion before meeting with your contact. You need to extract this guy since he is the president who won the election. So this fucker over here has the genius idea of making use of the helicopter that is on the rooftop. You get to the rooftop and using your immense skill, you made light work of the soldiers. You get ready to board the chopper, but the president gets shot. Why can't we get in the helicopter anyway? I don't fucking know. You begin running through the streets trying to find another way to escape the city. Upon doing so, you find a group of civilians. They said that there is a way to escape the city, but first you need to take out this tank. So I just put some mines over here and... oh look, another tank spawned. Let me just... now we can leave this fucking place. You get on the boat and begin heading back to your ship, but something doesn't feel right. Yes, China detonated a fucking EMP. To make things better, Irish decided to announce to everybody where we are going. Thank you, Irish. You wake up in your ship just to discover that you have returned to the prehistoric era. The EMP blast from the Chinese made everybody aboard a Neanderthal. Fortunately for us, an airfield carrier that wasn't affected by the EMP is coming to help us. Never fucking mind. You and your team are tasked to enter the ship and discover what happened to it. You enter the ship through a big fucking hole and start investigating the boat. You find a hatch that is filled with water and goes for a swim. Then you experience the best swimming mechanics in the entire gaming industry. When you get into the control room, you find the black box, but you hear Chinese on the other side of the door. So you bust the door open and start blasting. Moving forward, the ship begins to crumble and more Chinese appear, but they were no match for the big eye on this hip. Then the ship literally breaks in half. You jump off to begin your epic battle. While the ship sinks and aircraft fall from the platform, you fight an intense battle while trying to get back to your ship. You jump into the water, then into a boat, making a daring escape to your ship. Along the way, Chinese forces try to stop you, and they almost succeed. After entering the ship very carefully, you realize that the ship is overwhelmed with Chinese, so you have to make your way through the ship to get to your captain. Going up the stairs, you find a woman beating the shit out of two dudes. After seeing this, you probably accept her into your squad. You go to the deck of the ship to, you guess it, kill more Chinese. After dealing with the fuckers, you go and help this bastard, but an helicopter comes by and hits him. You take care of the incoming choppers and go see the man's condition. You can finally go and meet your captain and give him the black box. With that being said, I want you to understand the situation we are in right now. We've just been attacked by the Chinese. Some of our soldiers are dead, injured, or exhausted, and we are currently in the blind. What should we do? What about we do a full-on assault with the rest of the resources we have? Can you guess what happened at the end? Oh, and the woman is coming with us. You reach the lands of Singapore and start advancing deeper into the city. At some point, the tank that is helping you gets hit and the crew almost dies. You enter the tank and leave them to die in the rain. Welcome to the tank section. I used to hate this part when I was a brain-dead child, but now I have evolved into the autism spectrum. You are forced to continue on foot to your objective, but before that, you see misogyny at first hand by our buddy, Irish. Now you are able to continue with your mission. You try to cross the bridge but you get stuck in a car. Your squad tries to free you, but a gigantic fucking ship hits the bridge and you fucking die. You get out of the water and heads to the sewers. You climb the stairs and reach the airbase, and after respectively asking the soldiers access to the airbase, you reach your destination. Pac then launches the flare and the entire airbase starts getting bombed. You try to escape, but luck is not on your side this time. You start to regain your conscience, but realize that someone is missing.
Come on, damn it!
快来！他们在这儿，我抓到他们了。
The fuck? You fucking...
不要管他，他已经死了。带走这个。Sorry, Rucker. Couldn't be any other way.
Irish, I owe you an apology. I wasn't familiar with your game. So you are now being tortured by the Chinese. They're trying to get the location on where the bandage guy is at, but you refuse to give to them until Irish shows up and reveals the location on where he is. Thank you, Irish. You wake up in a prison cell and this Russian guy is like, "Hey yo bro, I know I look like a deformed rat, but I'm the only guy who can actually get you out of here. I could have escaped this prison 50 times by this point, but I am only doing it now because of the plot. So hurry up, I don't have all day. Get it? Since I'm going to die at the end of the mission." You ascend via the pipes and sneak your way into the center of the prison. You have to unlock the jail cells without alerting the guard they spotted me. After unlocking all of the cells, you can finally escape this prison. You find your buddy Irish and uses the elevator to get one step closer to freedom. But unfortunately, the gate is locked, so the Russian guy will try to open it while you have to defend your position from the Chinese. I literally defend my position by doing this. Special forces, by the way. The Russian guy manages to open the gate slightly. Then you pass the gate and an Asian dude appears and hits you, and your teammates doesn't shoot at him. Like, you can make this shit up. The girl that betrayed us in the airport, she's nice again and save us, but Irish is not buying any of this. I'm genuinely tired of this shit, man. You open the gates and go outside, and you are one step away from freedom, but you still need to pass this outpost. So, after clearing the outpost, you reach your escape vehicle, and you are finally free from this prison. However, another helicopter appears and blows your team up. They reuse the same fucking thing 3 times already, and the Russian dude dies. You are probably tired of hearing me speak about this campaign for so long. Just hang a little longer. There are only 2 missions left. I am losing my sanity while writing this script. Welcome to Tashgard, where the US Army is fighting the Russians and the Chinese military. How did World War III didn't start yet? You have to go and find Major Greenland to get transport to get back to your ship. And thus you set off to meet the Major. You spot the enemies. That was a missing foot. That's a what? Okay, but seriously, it's kind of funny how both armies get completely dominated by 3 dumbasses. After a long and difficult battle, your squad is finally able to meet the Major. She tells you that we are not getting a transport back home, but only if you do a little favor for her. What favor, you ask? Blow up this big dam so the Russians stop being assholes in the sky. But to do that, you need to pass this outpost filled with Russians. So I reenact what my grandpa did in a certain beach in 1944. After dealing with the soldiers, you descend via elevator to plant the explosives. You go into a safe place and detonate the explosives, after which you fall to your death. You awake and you're fine? And they are still in one piece after that. You know what? Never mind. Greenland comes by and tells you to get ready for your transport. We are literally 1 mission away from the end of the game. Just 1 more, and this can finally be over.
I got to give permission. Because I have...
You jump from the airplane and go parachuting into your boat to stop the evil general from killing the bandage guy. You fight your way through the deck and enter the ship. Once inside, you find your buddy Peck. How is he alive? Don't ask me. You make your way into the medical bay and find the bandage guy, but there is some Chinese soldiers at the door. So the guy has the fantastic idea of opening the door for the soldiers to get in, and that works? The soldiers lower their weapons and shake hands with the new president, but there is still a battleship to our north that is currently firing at us, so we go there to stop them. During our drive there, we get hit by a missile, but we are fine. We plant the C4 and use the rappel to get up the bridge. Hana tries to detonate the C4 but doesn't work, but you still have 1 C4 with you. Now you are left with a choice: misogyny or racism. I choose misogyny since I am already racist enough. You blow up the C4 and the game ends. Yeah, that's it. No post-credit scene. It just ends. Overall, I don't recommend you play this mess. I say this because I've played this campaign 4 times already. If you still want to play this mode, don't worry. I have spoiled the entire game for you.